Hello everyone, this is Hacker on Call, and today we're gonna go over Log Fundamentals, which is a premium room in TryHackMe. So basically, we'll go over what logs are, type of logs, window events, web server access log analysis, and conclusion. And we also have I think, hands-on exercises over here. So let's start. So introduction to logs. Attackers are clever. They avoid leaving maximum traces on the victim's set to avoid detection. Yeah, that's normal. They're trying to have a history, right, on our command logs. That's the first thing most likely they'll be trying to remove, like try to disturb the recreation of what is happening on the system. Yet the security team successfully determines how the attackers was executed and is even sometimes successful in finding who was behind this attack. That's a very good skill, although I was never successful in that. Suppose a few policemen were investigating the disappearance of a previous locked in a snowy jungle cabin. They observed that the wooden door at the cabin was brutally damaged and the ceiling collapsed. There were some footages of a snowy path to the cabin. Lastly, they discovered some CCTV footage from a neighbor's residence. By placing them all together all these traces, the policemen were successfully determined who was behind the attack. Various traces are found in several such cases. Putting all them together takes close to the criminal. Okay, sure, let's continue. This seems like these traces play a big role in the investigations. What if something happens with a digital device? Where do we find these traces to investigate further? There are various places inside the system where the traces of an attacker could be fetched. The logs containing most out of the traces. Logs are a digital footprint left behind by any activity. These activities could be a normal one from or the one with a malicious intent. Tracing down the activity and the individuals behind the execution of an activity becomes easier through logs. Sure. Use cases of logs. The following are some key areas of the logs play an integral role. What is integral role? Sure. So I have a table here with the use cases in the description. So security event monitoring. Logs helps us detect anomalies behavior when real-time monitoring is used. Incident investigation and forensics. Logs are the traces of every kind of activity. It offers detailed information of what is happening during the incident. The security teams utilizes the logs to perform a root cause analysis of incidents. Sure. Troubleshooting. As long as the logs also record the errors in the system and applications, they can be used to diagnose issues and helpful in fixing them. Performance monitoring. Logs also provide valuable insight into the performance of an applications. Okay, and auditing and compliance. Log play a major role in auditing and compliance, making it easier with capabilities to establish a trail of different kinds of activities. This room will equip you with the understanding of various types of log maintenance in different systems. We also be practically investigating logs of traces of different attacks. Well, I think they're mentioning here about the, I think, task 3 where we can deploy something. Okay, learning objectives. After completing this room, you'll learn about the following different types of logs. Okay, how to analyze logs, analyzing Windows event logs, analyzing web access log. I'm curious if we're gonna use like something like a scene platform to do this analyzing of the logs. Where can we find the majority of attacks traces in digital system? Like they just mentioned logs, or am I wrong? Yeah, that's right. Okay, we go to types of logs. Okay, in the previous task, we saw various use cases of logs, but there is a challenge. Imagine you have to investigate an issue in the system through the logs. You open the log file of that system, and now you're losing numerous events and different categories. Yo, that's real life actually. I personally tried an open source rudder theme. Yo, there are so many events, and so many different rules you have to apply to be able to filter what specifically you're trying to see. But yeah, I think it takes practice with a thing like that and understanding what specifically you want to look for And then based on that, you can create the rules to filter that because all the events is no human can possibly read through all of them. Here's the solution. Logs are segregated into multiple categories. Yeah, that actually I just said it according to the types of information you provided. So you just need to look into a specific logs file in which the issue related exactly based on them. You create rules, and based on those rules, you get actual alerts if something is happening. For example, if you need to investigate the successful logs from the yesterday specific time frame on Windows OS operating system, instead of looking into all the key logs, all the log names, all the logs, you only need to see the system's security logs to find login information, while all the other types of logs are useful in investigating different incidents. Let's take a look at them. So system logs, outage logs, security logs, networking logs, access log, and application logs. Sure, log type usage and examples of them. Sure, system logs. The system logs can be helpful in troubleshooting running issues on the operating system. These logs provide information on various operating system activities, system startup and shutdown events, driver loading events, system error events, and hardware events. Sure. Security logs. The security logs help detect and investigate incidents. These logs provide information on security-related activities in the system. For example, authentication events, authorization events, security policy changes events, user account changer events, abnormal activity events. Application logs. The application logs contain specific events related to the application. Any interactive or non-interactive activities happening inside the application will be logged there. So user interaction events, application changes events, application update events, and application error events. So basically a whole application log type just for applications running the operating system. And I'm curious, if we have imagine we are having an application which is, for example, Rudder, right? It also does log them, right? But then they go under security logs, or no, most likely they'll go into application log, even though SIEM, which is used for the security, it will also log. I think they'll be going over here. Okay, outage logs. The outage logs provide detailed information on the system changes and user events. These logs are helpful for compliance requirement and can play a vital role in security monitoring as well. Okay, for example, data access events, system changes events. How many system changes events there are? Oh no, it's different. Okay. System change event, user activity events, policy enforcement events. Those are audit logs. Network logs. Network logs provide information on the network outgoing and incoming traffic. They play a crucial role in troubleshooting network issues and also can be handy during incident investigation. Incoming network traffic, outgoing network traffic, network connection logs, and network firewalls. But sadly, I think this one, depending on where do you get the logs from? Like for example, imagine I'm currently on my computer, right? I will be able most likely to see logs about my local connection. Like for example, I will not be able to see logs of other computers connecting, for example, to the router or to the switch. I'll be able only to log my own network logs. I will not be able to record any other connections because I don't have like just access to it at this case. Because for example, if like for example a SIEM or something was running somehow on the privilege of maybe a router or something, then most likely it will be recording all the other computers also events there. So yeah, that's very important of the scope, where exactly you're logging them from. Access logs. The access logs provide detailed information about an access to different resources. These resources can be of different types, for providing us with information on their access. Web server access logs. I have a feeling that this also will correlate with network logs because we're also using networks to actually access the website. So it will be like, I think network will be like which IP we went to, but website access logs will be like what specific we went to, or I don't know, actually, I have to test it out. Database access logs, application access log, and API access logs, sure. There can be various other types of logs depending on different applications and the services provided or the services they provide. Now that we understand that the logs and how to various types will be helpful in different scenarios. Let's see how to analyze these logs and extract valuable information required from them. Log analysis is a technique for extracting valuable data from the logs. It involves looking at any signs of abnormal or unusual activities, searching for specific activities or abnormalities in the logs with the naked eye is impossible. Yeah, like I said, too many logs to go through by a human. For this reason, we have several manual and automated techniques for log analysis. We will manually carry out log analysis on Windows and web server access logs in the upcoming task. Sure. Which type of logs contain information regarding the incoming and outgoing traffic? It's network logs, which I literally just talked about it. Network logs. It's a very basic question. Which type of logs contain the authentication authorization event? I think that's system. No, was it? Okay, gotta look up. It was it application logs? Logs contain authentication? No, it's not application logs. Contain authentication authorization security? Yep, security. Security logs. Okay, finally. Task 3, hands-on stuff. Okay, finally. Windows event log analysis. Like other operating system, Windows operating system also logs many of the activities that take place. They're stored in segregated log files, each with specific log categories. Some of the crucial types logs are stored in Windows operating systems are application. These are many applications running on the operating system. Any information related to those applications is logged into this file. This information includes errors, warning, compatibility issues, etc. System. The operating system itself has different running operations. Any information related to those operations is logged into the system log file. This information includes driver issues, hardware issues, system setup and shutdown information, services information, and etc. And security. Security is the most important log file in Windows operating system in terms of security. It logs all security-related activities, including user authentication, changes in user accounts, security policy changes, and etc. Besides this, several other log files in the Windows operating system are designed for logging activities related to a specific action or application. Unlike other log files studied in previous tasks, which had no built-in application to view them, Windows operating system has a utility known as an event viewer, which gives us a nice graphical user interface to view and search for anything in these logs. To open event viewer, click on the start button. Yeah, we know that. Just event viewer. I think I'm not doing that, but still. It opens an event viewer for you. It's shown below. The highlighted area in the screenshot below show the different available logs. So if we check on the logs on my computer, I go on the search bar, type event viewer, and go there. I'll have a custom views, Windows logs, application. I will just cover that as subscriptions. What the hell is that? Okay, sure. You can click Windows logs. Yeah, and okay. From the highlighted section of different types of logs discussed in the beginning of this task, the first highlighted portion of this shows the different log files. When we click on these log files, we see different logs can be seen on the second highlighted portion. Lastly, in the third highlighted portion, we have different options for analyzing the logs. Okay, so we click on that. I sadly would not be showing it on mine because I would prefer to keep that private, those things, but still. So we go to security here and yeah, we see all the security logs. I think we can investigate it in here. Property find, attach, refresh, help, sure. Let's double click on one of these logs. Yeah, and there we go. We get a more detailed view of it. So yeah, that's basically it. This is how Windows event log looks. It's a different field, so we can see them. We have description. Where's the description? Oh, whatever. The field that details information of an activity, log name, the log name indicates the log file name, log, the field indicates the time of the activity, and event ID. Event ID are unique to identify a specific activity. Numerous event IDs are available in Windows event logs. You can use several event IDs to search for a specific activity. For example, event ID 4624 uniquely identified the activity of successful login. So you only need to search for the event ID 4624 when investigating successful logins. Here's the table of important event IDs in the Windows operating system. 4624, the successful login. 4625, failed to login. 4634, a user account successfully logged off. 4720, user account was created. 4724, an attempt was made to reset an account's password. An attempt, so it was unsuccessful. 4722, a user account was enabled. 4725, a user account was disabled. Or here, I'm not sure, maybe it's successful. Or 4726, a user account was deleted. There are many more event IDs. IDs, sure. It's not necessary to remember all of them. It's good to remember the crucial event IDs. Event Viewer allows us to search the logs related to a specific ID. With the filter current log feature, you can click on the feature to apply a filter. So you have a filter. When you click filter current log option, we'll be prompted to enter an event ID we want to filter. In the screenshot below, we filtered for 4624. I think that was successful login, was it? Yeah, that's a successful login. We put that in, click OK most likely. Yeah, once you hit OK, you see all the logs. Yeah, now you can view any logs. Click on them. Yeah, we'll just cover that. Okay, access, finally. On Friday, a critical organization reported being a victim to a cyber attack. Upon investigation, critical data was exfiltrated from the file server in the organization network, like a breach. The security team was successful in determining the user's name and IP address of the compromised system on the network, which has access to the file server at the time of the attack. Your task to find the activities on the attacker compromised system before he took access to the file server. Let's start it up. So basically, it will take some time to start it up, right? And the question comes in, do I just need this VM or do I need the attack machine? Okay, in case the VM is not visible, no, we already know that. Okay, we're gonna wait for this. What's the name of the last user account created on the system? So we basically will go to the, where are the numbers? There we go. And search for this one in the filter. Well, we'll come back when the thing finishes loading. So, okay, the machine finally loaded and we're gonna check out the event viewer, and let's see what happened on this. Was it infected machine or some stuff like that? We'll see. What's the name of the last user created? We go on security logs, right? And why do I have nothing here? Oh no, they're loading. I see they're loading. Yep, there we go. I think, was it the security or setup? You know what? We're gonna filter by a new account created. Filter by, where is it? This one. 4720. Okay. A user account was created. That's the last one. Security name change my hot. I was like, what the hell? Username admin administrator. What's the name of the last user create? Okay, that's that is the last one, right? Yeah, that's the last one. So we'll check here. What is a SAM account? Isn't it like that? Sure, SAM account name. Perfect. Which user account created the above account? Who created it? Right? Administrator, right? Administrator. Yeah, Account name, what created? Created log, and that's the new account data, account name hacked. On what day was the user account enabled? Which out of those ones the account was enabled? I'm curious. Which one out of those ones the account was enabled? There we go, it's 4725. Is it security? I don't know, did I do something wrong here? No, I just put it in, then close the place. Okay, sure. Uh, setup. Maybe in the setup. Uh, on what date was this user account enabled? Okay, there, that's different. Well, it should be event ID, right? How about we just filter by administrator? There is nothing. There is sadly nothing. Okay guys, I'll come back when I figure out what's happening. So different things here. What account was enabled? It was 4722, so I just put here. And I think they're asking account name administrator, security. Was it this one? Account target account hacked. Yeah, when it was enabled. Uh there we go. It's 6/7 2000. Is it 2024? And yeah, it's correct. One time they hacked the account. Did the account undergo a password reset as well? When is the password? Attempt to make a reset password. So 4724. 4724. Boom. Password reset. Did this one go? So administrator changed. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yes. Yep. That's exactly what happened. Okay. Let's see. We interact with many websites daily. Sometimes we just want to view the website, and sometimes we want to log in or upload file in into any available input field. There are just different kinds of requests we make to a website. All those requests are logged by the website and stored in the log file on the website server running the website. Yeah, we know that. This log file contains all the requests made to this website along with information on the time frame, the IP request, the request time, and the URL. Following the field, taking the sample log of the Apache web server access log, which can be found in the directory var log apache2 access.log. IP address. Yes, the IP address, the user who made the request, the timestamp, the time when the request was made to the website, the request details, the HTTP method, the GET tells the website actually performed the request, and the URL. The status code, yep, different numbers, and user agent, what web browser it was using it. We can perform manual log analysis using some command line utilities in the Linux operating system. The following are the commands that can be helpful during manual log analysis. Cat. Well, that basically displays the contents of the file, like normally. Most log system, okay. Helps individuals log files from specific timeframes, not carry them in a single log file. But sometimes we need to combine the cat command with utility can helpful in this case. We can combine the results of multiple files within a single file shown as below cat, and then you redirect. Oh, combined. But there's another thing you can do. You do cat axis one double arrow. So it's redirect, but it's appending. When you do a single arrow, you're overwriting or creating a new file in this case. Or imagine if combined access log was already created. If you do that, it will erase everything inside there and add those two things in. But imagine we had access, combined access, right, which already contained access.log. We do just cat access to the log double arrow to the right, combined access will append it after. Grep is okay. Grep, what grep does is allows you to search in your directories for a file containing a specific pattern. Like for example, here it shows us grep. That's the pattern. We search for this IP in that access.log, and it shows you every occurrence of it. The less command is helpful when handling multiple log files. You may need to analyze less chunks. Yeah, it just shows you like that. Less part of it, you can continue going more it or just close it. Yeah, you see. There you go. After running this command, logs will be displayed on the page. Okay. Manual analysis. Wish to search for something in the logs. You can type slash followed by the pattern. Okay. Use N to navigate on the next concurrent. Okay. A sample web server access loss. Okay. Down. However, we have also added the log in the tag box for your convenience. To follow along, press the start. Oh hell no! Don't tell me I have to wait till the tag. Oh hell no! Starts. Sure. Sure. Okay, we'll wait till that starts up and we'll see. However, we'll have to, okay, start box at the bottom. Split screen not showing up. Okay. No, if you are downloading the log file, some browsers select Chrome will download because it contains IP address URL. User agent strictly may be flagged as malicious in the security mechanism. You can click file. Yeah, we know that. What is the IP address which made the last GET request to contact? Sure, actually, we will be using grep. We'll grep for this string exactly even get us in that file, and we'll get when what IP was like. When was the last OP request, the last post request? So we actually search grep, that it will show us, and actually we can pipe that into grep post, so it will be two grep commands. Based on the answers from question 2, question which URL was the post request made from? Sure, we'll discuss that. Oh, I'll come back, guys, when the thing loads up. After the VM was deployed, so they say go to /root /rooms/logs. There we go. And we're gonna use grep. We search for contact and access. Okay, what is the IP? Let's go for this one. 10.0.0.1, but that's a private one. Sure. What is the last post request made by grep 172.16.0.1? We're gonna pipe it to another grep, which greps for post only. Ah, hell no, I forgot to specify the in access the log. There we go. We want the last post request. I think it will be here. 06 June 2024 13 55, 44. Is that it? Perfect. You see, double grep, just grab the output and piped it into the other grep. Okay, based on the answer from quiz to which URL was the post shit. Based on answer from question number 2, to which URL was the post request made to? Contact. There we go, guys. That's basically. I just saw that it's the post request, right? And it made to contact using HTTP 1.1, which is not very secure anymore. Whatever. But I think, guys, that was it. Yep, that's conclusion. We basically learned block fundamentals, guys. And see you in another video, guys. Take care.